don't know if I like this layout anymore, though. Honestly, I'm gonna switch back, I think. Ugh. All this crap. No, I don't have the record. I think I prefer this layout, to be honest. The game's smaller, but like I'm not covering it.
So I want that like this the shoot there one.
If I had a green screen layout or setup. With this, I'm not covering the I'm not covering the game. Maybe it's a bit smaller. Thoughts? This layout or the other one? This one's more split view.
Uploading data.
I guess my goal right now is just get sub 130 in this. No, really have plans. Go from there. Let's jump. Oh, somebody needs to learn 80%. I just haven't done it. sure a bunch of it will carry over from my knowledge, but like I know that you can lock. I believe you also do steal the mega cannon. Ice. The extent of my knowledge, though, of what the route would look like. When I get 7:30, I'll learn that. Better than last time. That's good. Good start. Please. Charge beam.
Uploading data.
There is you cannot there.
I know that sounds weird to me because I'm listening to it. The speaker's not set up with the monitor, so yeah, like it's kind of weird. Another gold? Dang. 2 golds in a row. try to deboost strat this time. Good. I do remember how to do it. I'll save me a little bit of time.
Uploading data.
CPR, I say, there.
God, I keep adjusting myself to shit. Why? This shirt's aren't good. Gotta do that room properly. Last time too. Stick the silly wall jump. You know what's interesting? Well, not every 2D Metroid. Like, most 2D Metroid, you could do, like, all bosses. Like, it's a separate category from any percent. Like, you do, like, an all bosses marathon. Most, I mean, like, Metroid has that, this has that. Your mission doesn't? I mean, wouldn't add much. Pretty much you add an acid worm and I can't think of the boss. Acid worm and what the heck is the thing called? I'm so confused. Ridley. My brain doesn't remember. Well, it's not in Ridley, it's in Norfair. No, it is in Ridley.
Uploading data.
It's supers, I forget.
Heavies, it's UV stuff.
Wow, my brain is not remembering it now. What is it called? This is gonna bother me now. Did anyone know? Like I know it, but I just can't remember it right now. I'm gonna look it up. I'm going to have to look it up. That bothers me. Well, but yeah, you can do that. But I don't know if that really wouldn't be that interesting. But you could do it. I swear, I'm gonna remember it once I talk about it. The boss in Zero Mission that gives you super missiles in Ridley. The bug. Why can't I think of its name? Like, I know what it is, I just can't think of the name anymore. Like, once I see the name, I'm like, oh yeah. Yeah, Imago. There we go, thank you. Brain hurts. Imago. So yeah, Zero Mission all bosses would be pretty much, you include Imago and Acid Worm. You have to fight everything else. And then, so that wouldn't be that interesting. Fusion, you can't skip the bosses, so it's 80% is all bosses. Super Metroid has all bosses. This is all bosses, like I said. Metroid 2, yeah, that same thing. That's like you're adding in Arachnus. Ooh. I think you have different variants you can do for Metroid marathons, like any percent. Because even the Prime games that can do all bosses. I should try Prime all bosses. Prime's different because like Prime 2 definition is anything as a health bar, so Caretaker's excluded. What if it should be excluded anymore at this point? Like if that's how we should define it. I mean, it's easy to define all bosses because everything has a health bar pretty much. But Prime 3, same thing. It's optional bosses. Especially in Speedrun, you can skip them. You know, tricks. Prime's different because like only the major stuff, like only the major bosses have health bars. So PQ, Lagra, Stardust, Mega Pirate Ridley, and Prime. So there are mini bosses. There's the Hive Mecha, Plated Beetle, Incinerator Drone, Mama Sheegoth, or just Sheegoth, I guess. Invisible Drone. I guess any required instance of Chozo Ghosts would technically be bosses. That's where it gets, that's the kind of gray area. Do Chozo Ghosts count as bosses, like mini bosses? Technically, there are set ones, and then there's ones that are rare that just appear when you are in that room. Like, I feel like the set ones would count. So Hall of the Elders, Wild. We do that anyway. I don't know. the other ones. I think both sets of Hall of the Elders, technically. I think the second one, if you don't... I think if you take the wave slot, those ones become required. Like, you have to fight those. You cannot skip them. Once they trigger. Like, they lock the doors. Invisible Drone. All the elite pirates, all the phase on elite, obviously it's required anyway. I think that's all of them. It wouldn't be like locked sequence of like fight, like you wouldn't say like the pirate or forced pirate fights. Like those aren't bosses. That's just sets of enemies. But all bosses prime. I don't know. Could be interesting potentially. Maybe, maybe not. So pretty much most Metroid games have optional bosses, either through expected means, either expected or just like sequence break. So technically, like Prime. Those would all be sequence breaks. Like, no boss is expected to skip. No boss on any boss. Prime 2, there are some bosses that are optional. There's like what? Well, actually, it's just DMT, I guess. I feel like character should be included. I don't know. I'm starting to like lean towards that now, but maybe not. Health bar is the easiest way to define it. That game. I think that's it though. I think just DMTs only you can skip without that's expected. Every other boss is are kind of normally required to beat the game. Prime 3 is says technically it's 2 optional bosses that are expected. There's only 100%. But you can skip more with sequence breaks and tricks. In Prime 3 you skip. You can skip. Okay, well theoretically you can skip Metroid, but it's task only at the moment. You can skip Rundus, you can skip Moganar, you can skip Korak, you can skip East Elysia, Steam Lord, you can skip the Hatcher, all the Metroid Hatcher fights. All 3 of those. I was considering doing all bosses at some point in that game, but never end up doing it. I didn't know what the route would look like. I didn't want to do that. Like, I didn't know if really Elysia would be worth it for that category, so. And timing that would be a lot. The benefit is obviously your boost balls. Rio, and also obliterate. A lot faster trips, I guess. Downside is you have to go back anyway. Like, the reason 100% makes sense is because you're cleaning up. Like, there's a lot of things that are allowed to find later items in Brio, because that's how pretty much every Metroid game has that. The starting areas always are the most locked up in terms of what you can get. So doing Brio and cleanup makes more sense. Which is why at least it makes sense, because you everything in one like less trips and just move faster. For all bosses, you're not like cleaning up much. You're just making sure you're cleaning up, but not really. I forget how long early release it takes. Because technically there's actually, oh yeah, there's the, I think optimally now you, at least in any, well, okay. It's kind of funny. In any percent, optimal route skips screw attack. But the second optimal, like the next route that's slightly, that's a bit slower, it doesn't skip screw attack, but it delays screw attack until after Alicia is done. But so I'm not sure if all bosses would also skip screw attack. Probably. No one's done runs of the optimal. Well, Miguel's attempted doing runs of the optimal 80% round, but it's really hard. That's the only problem with skipping the missile pack. Now I have like less missiles for that for Creed. Have to get good luck. Good drop off. Or chance, like good at the pattern. I don't know. Anyway, I don't know why I'm talking so much about other games. I don't know. That's just fun. I need to run more Metroid games again. Like, ones I haven't done for a while, or like this shit. Like, I want to do Hunters again. I want to do maybe Super again. I don't know. I want to do a Metroid Marathon at some point too. I'm thinking this weekend, maybe on Sunday evening or something, do like a mini marathon or something. Mini Metroid Marathon. Talk about running all the Metroid games. Make you want to run Metroid games. little slow. But yeah, I want to run more Metroids. That's for sure. So I expect more of that. I know I'm still in Dread, but I just got back into Dread technically. I didn't still doing it. Although the last game I was running before I came back was Dread, so. And before Dread it was Samus Returns. I did some of that. I did 80%. I'm probably not going to do Dread runs after dinner.
This area.
That's what I end up doing. Maybe I'll actually do some rando stuff. Or something. I don't know. Because the Future Rando got an update recently, like a couple days ago or something. So I want to play that. I have seeds made already to transfer to my EverDrive. Hey, double trouble. Thanks. I'm kind of annoyed. So I bought a big SD card for my Switch, 512GB, which is nice. And I also bought a 3.0 micro SD card reader, which is amazing. Because transferring it really fast speed is nice. It works. It's fine. My main gripe is, for some reason, the front USB 3.0 slot on my computer doesn't work with it, which is odd because it works with my hard drives, which are my extra hard drives, which are 3.0. I'm not sure what the problem is. I plug it in, like I just constantly hear the connecting sound, like over and over again. Like it plays the USB connected sound and then it plays it again, like a couple seconds later, and it just keeps doing that. Never actually connects. Then I tested a USB 3.0 slot on the back, and that worked fine. My only guess is some reason the front one isn't getting enough power, but that doesn't make any sense because it works with my hard drives. Unless, I don't know. Maybe I'm not getting the transfer speed. Maybe 3.0 isn't activating. No, it's 3.0, it's not C. C, it's A. Must be the same thing still. Well, the hard drives are 3.0. They support 3.0, but maybe this whole time they haven't been actually using it. Maybe the hard drives still work on 2.0. I don't know. Maybe I haven't noticed. That doesn't really make sense because my transfer speed's fast, I feel like, with those. Or maybe I just haven't paid attention to it enough. thought there was something like if like a 3.0 device need. Oh, I guess it depends on the device. Like capture cards that a 3.0 need to be on 3.0. Like it won't work. Maybe it's not actually using the 3.0 part, but maybe this card reader does need 3.0. That's my guess. Because the card reader needs 3.0 and isn't getting it. That's not more. That's not more. Why are you on warfare? Oh my gosh. Nice. I guess I could check case or see if it's connected. At some point I was considering getting a new case. But like I don't need to right now, like mine's fine. And the case I'm using is the same case I've had since like 2014 when with my pre-built. Like everything in the PC that I have is new. Like it's like less than 2 years old. Like the oldest thing in my case right now is actually, well, that's not true. I lied. Well, no, it's not a lie actually. Well, yes. Well, I don't know how that failed. What? Okay, would you consider a case fan part of the case component, a case, or is that a separate component? I mean, it's obviously its own thing to be taken out, but would you consider that just part of the case? Because if I'm just going off strict components, not talking about the case or the fans, the oldest thing in there is my power supply, which I got like 2.5 years ago, and it's a good one. Not a bad one. It's a platinum 750 watts something. It came with the case. I mean, that's what I was getting to. That's the oldest thing in my PC. The other parts are from last year. Like the motherboard I bought last year, the CPU, the CPU cooler, not part of the RAM, that's all from last year. I bought those. The graphics card I found in a computer that was being thrown out, but I took it because it was an upgrade. My computer was using the build I was using before, which I got in 2014, was a pre-build, which is actually the case I'm using right now and the case fan are from that build. So I haven't changed. I don't have a need to change the case. It works. This computer was initially a pre-build, but then last year I finally bought components and made it not. Finally upgraded after, 7 years. It's kind of nice. No, I'm not saying nothing's wrong with it. But I was using the same parts from like 2014 to 20 last year. Finally upgraded. But the graphics card that came with the pre-built was a GeForce GTX 750, which, not good for gaming at all. But then last year I was at a Best Buy, and it was a computer being thrown out at the entrance. Or I guess recycled technically. And it had a GTX. I don't think it's a 1060. I think it's a 1660. No, it's a 1060. Yeah, I think it's a 1060. I think. And so I just snagged it. Because it was a free upgrade from my 750. And it works fine, so that's giving me issues. So I didn't pay for a new GPU. Obviously, I would rather have like a new one. Like RTX. But we all know how that's working out. So in the future, if those ever become available at a normal price, that's what I'll do. I'll buy that. I'm going away. Yeah, free GPU upgrade. Not like the top of the line, but it's still pretty good. But yeah, if those ever become available, I'll buy like a new card. But this is fine for now. Other than that, everything else is brand new. Just the case and the case fan. The only thing is still like old. And the case works. Big enough. Or the case fan is just old. That's the only thing like I feel like I should replace it. This case only came with one fan. Oh, actually, I am technically I am still using the hard drive that came with it pre-built as my secondary hard drive because I bought a second hard drive. I bought another hard drive that's 2 terabytes. Because the one that came with it was 1 terabyte. So I'm using my original hard drive as my backup hard drive, or my second hard drive in the computer. And I also have an SSD. Oh, yeah. Decent amount of storage space, even though my main hard drive is actually filling up. Should probably clear out the videos. That was a weird fight. I don't know how I got on this conversation. Oh yeah. So I guess I'll look in the case and see what's up with it. Maybe something is not plugged in properly. I don't know. Let me touch it right here. This is the thing right here. It's a little thing. How about you hear? Oh, you can hear what I'm talking about. Hear it? But it never actually fully works. It doesn't actually like connect fully. So I have to use the back ports on the computer instead. Kind of weird.
Uploading data.
But it could be a very simple thing. Hopefully. If not, I mean, it's not a big deal. Just it's convenient to just be able to like plug it in the front and not have to like unplug something. I was debating on like I only have I have 3.0 slots on my computer, 2 on the back, 1 on the front. I was debating on getting like one of those PCI expansions for 3.0, like so I get like 4 more 3.0 slots. I don't know if that's worth it or if that would be issues, because down the line I do want to get an internal capture card, which is PCI E or whatever. I don't know. Hopefully I have enough slots for that. And especially if I get new graphics. Well, no, the graphics cards would be the same slot. Never mind. Because if I want to get an internal capture, because eventually I want to. I mean, this capture card's 5 years old. I mean, it still works, but it has some issues sometimes. And if I ever want to like upgrade it, I mean, like until it, like I'm not gonna like bother upgrading this card until like it really craps out or something big problems with it, or just keeps not worth using. So far, that's not the case. I mean, there's some issues, but no, I'll get like an internal card. Just because I hear that like they're better. I mean. Maybe it depends on the card, but I feel like internal is like the way to go. I don't care much about portability. In the worst case, I have this card. Like if I want to be portable, I can still use this card. So. Yeah. But to be honest, I'm more interested in like getting an audio upgrade or something. Like getting an audio mixer, for instance. Maybe eventually down the road get like an XLR mic, but it's not future right now. Or just the mixer so I can better control my audio. Yes, Sika. All bosses. You suck. Oh, okay. Okay, get me out of here. Hey, Ed. What card do you have? Anolium. Oh, this is not too bad. I PB'd like earlier today. I did my first run in like months, and I got a PB by like 30 seconds. Not very good. Periwinkle, thanks for the raid. How's the stream? What's going on? No, this is all bosses, Seiko. What's up, Duncan? Periwinkle? Suiraba? I don't know if I said that right. Probably didn't. Or it's Suiraba. Oh, the run? This run's not too bad. Not great, but... Actually, it's not terrible. The only bad thing was like the beginning. I really close. Missiles. Sucks. Native Media, okay. Yeah, I'm using an Native Media Live Gamer Extreme external card. Which works, has its issues though. I mean, it's not terrible. Yeah, not running this game, like seriously running this game for like a couple months. And then like not doing all bosses since like October or November. Oh, I didn't get it. Internal version.
Uploading data.
I forget what it's called. Yeah.
Sam, I think you won.
Dang, Duncan. I haven't. Besides the true completion run, which I did a couple days ago, which technically was a speed run. Not like a really serious one though. Oh, honestly, I haven't done speed run since my 100% TV, which was back in like mid-December. And that's the last time I actually did any speed runs of anything. I've been doing a lot of no-hit, like damageless stuff for different games and also randos. So I just was burned out on Dread. But I feel pretty good again. Looking forward to running. My goal right now is just do all bosses for sub 130 and then learn any percent. I think my 100% knowledge should carry over. I mean, sub 130, all bosses isn't like... Especially unrestricted, it's not that great now. Like, realistically, it's not that great. But like, I'm so out of the loop with all the new stuff. Sure. I'm probably not gonna buy a 5-year-old card, but because mine's 5 years old already. I don't know. But yeah. Like my time right now is pretty good for glitchless, but not unrestricted. I'm like so out of date with like so many things. Like I'm still doing strats from like November. Oh, I have some new strats. The only thing that's new that I'm doing is water platform skip, and damage boost, leaving Artaria. That's like the only new stuff I'm doing. Which, I mean, that's probably most of the new stuff, I guess. At least for this category. 100% I have a whole, I have to learn like everything because, yeah, I'm way behind. Like, didn't B-Dog get like a 125 unrestricted? I guess that's what I'm comparing to, which is kind of stupid because B-Dog is on the level anyway. Like, I'm not doing like poke first or anything like that yet. I mean, learned it. I haven't learned rain skip, whatever that thing, that slide strat that was found. I have not learned that. It looks, apparently I've been told, or read it, it's pretty difficult. So, not really interested in it. Let me get back into the groove of the game first before I learn new crazy stuff. I could probably skip this E-Tank. Yeah, I'll skip it. I don't think I'll need it. B-Dog is a cyborg with passive. 125 in the race last night. Nice. I'm just thinking, like, there has to be so much I missed, or maybe I just didn't capitalize on the time save. Because 2 months, like, or a month and a half ago, when I got my 100% PB, I got a 157.28 or something, or 32, or whatever it is. Which was okay. But for unrestricted standards, it's not that great, I guess. Like, I could have saved way more time. And now you have what? NMG is like 153? And like, unrestricted is like 150.29? Like, hello? Where does this time save come from? Like, there's gotta be new routes and new tricks I just don't know about. Like, it's insane. I have so much to learn when I go back to 100%.
Uploading data.
Absurd amount.
Next is revived.
I'm so far behind everything now. I mean, at least I could say I was the first sub 2. That's still a good accomplishment. Yeah, no one can take that away from me, at least. I'm not trying to, like, brag. That's not why I did that. I just thought it was funny. Like, sub 150 is very close. Oh, you suck. Yeah, a lot of tiny optimizations, but I think 100% also has a new route, potentially, too. Oh, what? Yes, all these cutscenes are not skippable. Pretty much all the Emmy cutscenes, all the cutscenes of, like... Actually, going into the elevators and transport, it's not even cutscenes. It's just... Actually, these aren't even cutscenes. Like, that's probably why they're not skippable. They're not even cutscenes. Like, I don't know if they even consider them cutscenes, really. Can you make those skippable? Probably because they take they don't really. Yeah. Is it like the same thing you can make like the in-game cutscene skip, where you just like press the buttons, or is it like something else? But I think those being skippable is probably fine. Realistically, it doesn't really matter. I will say maybe those when you get like major items, even leaving the fanfare is fine. Like that's perfectly fine. Like the fanfare is, leaving those in, I think it's perfectly fine. But maybe just have it so as soon as you get the once you close the box, it just quits. Like to get rid of the going to inventory screen, get rid of going to the tutorial. I said no. I said no. Okay, well that sucks. Yeah, just like the fanfare is fine, and having like the text box, but just remove the after that part, if possible. Because, well, actually that happens normally. If you get like spin boost after space jump, it does that. It does the pop up, and then that's it. If you can't skip it, you can't skip it. It's fine. Not the worst thing in the world. Yeah, definitely those cutscenes too. Like the warrior cutscenes. Like once you do the counter, it's just like. I don't know, actually, they're not all long. Never mind, they're not that long. It's more just the last ones. I think a bit. Like I don't think everything needs to be skipped. Yeah. More just the long ones. I think other cutscenes. The first thermal cutscene. If that's the best way to do it, then yeah. How does it work though? Is it treated like a regular skippable cutscene where you press plus and then minus, or is it just like it doesn't play? Okay, that's perfect then. That's perfect. Then do it. If that's how it works, then yeah, then just do it. Are these cutscenes too? I mean, yeah, these don't matter. That's nice. Yeah, it's just Samus moving. It's probably not a cutscene. Oh, when I think cutscene, I think like that. Well, you leave that one, like, skip it. This stuff feels like it's in-game. If it's in-game stuff, obviously it's not cutscene. Like when the camera is different, like angles and stuff. Okay. I assume the dread patchers come along, like the whole rando thing. I should be, it's like, well, maybe that's just the size of the game. Remember when I was testing the dev build, like the running from source or whatever. It took a long time to gen a seed, and half the time the seed would just fail. The dark seed, were those? I assume those 3 rooms were fixed. Oh, that sucks. 3 problematic checks that I posted in the server. Because those are all related to like door locks, I think.
Uploading data.
The missile lock.
I have the history.
Because remember those were like really annoying. That's not the strat. No, why did I not unmark? Oh my god. Rip, dude. I have such good movement. Everyone should just do my movement. I have the best movement. Okay. Instead of just having it one way. That's fair. That's fair. Makes it a little more open. Well, not even that. It just makes it not annoying. I think most cases it's okay. Like, honestly, like, I don't think every case is a problem, like, realistically. But there definitely are cases that are bad. Like the whole like Berenia Artaria elevator, that's terrible. You're locking up. It's a one-way elevator pretty much until you unlock it from the other side. It's not necessarily a bad thing. Like it could make the rando better. I think closed doors can be fine. But you want to make everything on both sides. Oh, I might die. Yeah, it doesn't add anything, unfortunately. Like, if it blocked the actual item, then yeah. This is just a detour for no reason. It doesn't really have much value. Yeah, because Frozen ZDR doesn't add anything to, like, the actual rando. Like, it just... the detour you have to take at that point. Like, it's not like it locks, like, items or anything, or progression. I mean, vanilla it does, but, like... I don't know, it's weird. Because realistically, it's only required because of the trip from Berenia to Artaria. Having a whole frozen, having a whole sequence that doesn't add to rando just to access that elevator is kind of silly. Like, it just, I feel like it could create some like weird logic. And honestly, probably would just restrict the logic a lot because you have to do X before Y. It's kind of like those events, but like different. I feel like it'd be worse than those events. Because there are events that like do like, you know, something like do something before X event. Like that's like pretty standard, I think, and like echoes like in the databases. But like it'd be a lot of just mess. Or maybe just make a given item that doesn't like, because normally like really the cutscene indicates it was supposed to give you an item, so maybe like you just give like a bonus item there.
Well done, you.
Anyway, no, it would still be messy. Maybe if you can like hold on. Maybe if you could somehow access or like do the boss fight without having to freeze the planet, I think that would be different. You know, like for fun, right? I don't know. But no. It just doesn't add anything, so no point in doing it. Also, I'm saving a lot of time. If Belzana goes well, I'm saving a lot of time. Ooh, I got it. Yeah, maybe. But maybe that's just not worth the effort, like, just for the boss fight to exist in the rando. Like, it's kind of... But it's kind of just like, eh. A lot of work for nothing, personally. Especially not in the initial release of Good Rando, like... Maybe, like... long time from now, but not in the near future. Like this would be something you would implement like once corruption's in the day, like officially supported. If you want my bias, okay. Like I think corruption deserves a spot before that happens, to be honest. That's just like a silly little bonus. I mean, it's already added technically. It just doesn't have a patcher support, and the patcher that exists is closed source. So pretty much has to be rewritten, like make a new one. Oh my gosh, dude. That won't happen, don't get them. I wish though. It just feels like, I don't know, it's weird. It's such a weird situation, because like, Corruption Rando dropped in November 2020. Alright. November 2020, Corruption rando dropped. Just the Golp rando, right? And then, so I was like, oh my gosh, Corruption has a rando now. No tricks, obviously, just whatever. And then, you know, last year, Randomania got support for it, and with tricks and stuff, and random start, and all this customization. Not a lot of customization, but basic customization. So random start, whatever starting item you want, etc. And that fed into Golp's rando. Golp's rando got a bunch of updates. And then at some point that was it. Updates just stopped. And it's been silent for like a year. Pretty much. Like probably like 8 months, 9 months, it's been silent. It's like if I knew anything of how to help, I would. Sucks there's not a lot of people deving. Like I've always said, I want to contribute more than just logic and minor changes throughout the program. Like I have done my fair share of small changes to Randomania with, like, you know, not relating to the database. But it's always with help. Like, I'm always asking Darkseer, like, how do I do this? Like, I want to change this thing, but I need this little help. Like, what does this mean? So I was like, I feel like I'm not being helpful. Like, I'm still asking for help constantly. And, like, that's all small scale stuff, like, numerologically. It's just not even anything code related. Like, I want to help with, like, the main stuff. Like, I don't know enough crap for that. I can learn it. I do have a CS background, but I don't use ever. I don't really care. And that's my personal story. Not cave story background, if that was I'm sure that was implied. Like, no, like, not cave story background, yeah. I feel kind of useless in that regard. Like, I could learn it. I mean, I'm not saying a lot of like database stuff isn't helpful. Like, it definitely is. It makes Rando what it is. Like, a Rando without a good database is not a good Rando, to be honest. Like, especially with all the stuff I put into the Echoes database and Corruption database, and the Rando would not be nearly as good. Like Echoes Rando would not be nearly as good if I did not contribute. Like, I put in a lot of tricks and obscure stuff. I'm not saying I'm responsible for everything, but so I can't. Oh, I didn't split. I can't be like, oh, I haven't contributed. Like, I have definitely contributed. So I want to contribute more than just the database. Get things moving, like, feature-wise, but that kind of requires patcher stuff, and I'm no use for that. I can learn how Apache works. I feel like that could be cool to know. Oh, the truth and really specific food knowledge. Yeah, true. I'm talking like just, you know, have the degree, but like doesn't mean anything. Realistically, it means nothing because it's one of those things like you have to. It's like this kind of degree. It's like you have to actually do something with it, and practice it, and learn on your own. Like just doing classwork for it is not gonna cut it. But I just have no. That's the problem though. It's like I went through all that effort and like I have no desire to continue it. Like. I have like no desire to actually just go, which is unfortunate. Oh well. I'll find what I want to do one day. Nice, I got it. Woo! I don't know if it's actually fast to do this anymore. I really don't know. It's gonna be a little risky. I should be fine. I don't know if this works. Let's see if this works. I don't know if that's optimal though. Like, I don't know if this strat is even used in unrestricted stuff anymore. Like, I don't. USCS backgrounds, generation is a whole specialized field and other field doesn't know about. Not a part of this. Okay, maybe, okay. Well, technically, you don't need a degree for this stuff. Like, I'm pretty sure a rookie who's like. Maybe Rookie does, but like doesn't have. I'm pretty sure learned programming on his own. Like, doesn't have a degree with that, and worked on Prime World Editor and Hat in Time. It's all self-taught, I'm pretty sure. Maybe I'm underselling myself. I mean, I know, like, I don't know, like, the inner workings of it, really, Dunkathan. Like, I know, like, I don't know, like, how things work specifically about the engine. Like, I just know how it works, because I've been so involved with it since, like, 2015 with the speedrunning and stuff, and I know the check, I know how things, like, what's supposed to like, what happens, but, like, that doesn't, like, I don't know if that counts. Like, I know, like, I don't know, some things, but I don't know if that really applies, though. I'm just exposed to it because I've done so much speedrunning stuff about it with it. Also, I just realized I'm almost 3 minutes ahead. I didn't pay attention to that. Like, oh, I'm just casually like almost 3 minutes ahead. I mean, I'm not expecting. I have to get gold skip again, but. Okay. Well, maybe one of these days I'll ask to have people help, like you or Dark Zero, teach me some things, or like show me stuff, patchers, or maybe I could contribute while you're working on other games. I can actually like address the corruption patcher or something. Not be a useless database editor. Like, I'm really underselling myself now. I'm done with that talk. I'm not useless. No, Sass. But I could.
Uploading data.
Maybe I do like it, and I just haven't
Yeah,
exposed myself enough to it. I think that's the mentality, though. I have. Yeah, you know what? I think that's the mentality. Maybe I do like it. Otherwise, I wouldn't have stuck with. Well, I don't know. Maybe I stuck with it because I didn't want to change major. I was already set in it. I was like, ah. But maybe I do like it, and I just didn't like this classwork associated with it. Because I think that's the thing. Like, projects or assignments you have to do for a class don't really give a great picture of like what we want to do. Like, those can be like BS anyway. So maybe I'm just like, I do like it. I just, it's like I don't hate it. Although I don't know, maybe this is PTSD. Back last year or something, I was doing a lot of work on the. I think it was before 2.0. Was that last year or 2 years ago? I wanted to like look at something, like do something with the code in Randomizer, like something, change something. And I looked at it for a little bit, and I started like, stressing out over it. Like, it reminded me of being in school, trying to do assignments, programming assignments, not knowing what I was doing. Like that's how I felt, and that's stupid. Like I shouldn't. Like it's not like it matters. I'm just looking at Randomizer code. Like why am I stressing? Like it reminded me of being in class. That's stupid. But TLDL, too long didn't listen. I want to contribute to Randomizer more, and I just need to. Maybe I do have like programming more than I think I do. Oh, I was stuck with it. Okay. I'm not even using turbo. Sure, I'll take this. I'm using double input shot button, like the switch functionality for remapping. So I have wide map D-pad left and right as well. I probably didn't need to do it. Yeah. I think counting that was actually slower. It's fine. Where's the input display? I took it off because I tested I was getting control like a second and a half slower than without having it on. Like I think like processing, I guess, sending the signal from the controller to the computer is actually causing longer load time. I remember there was a Japanese runner who was using input display at some point, then stopped. Tried to input deal, just stopped using it. And I went, it's probably the same reason. Like, yeah, I think it causes more like it causes loading speed longer, which I guess makes sense. It's not like splitting the signal. You know, it's not like a GameCube or N64 or any other wired console like thing, where it's like just splitting the signal. Like it's using extra processing power to like send the signal to the switch and send the signal to the computer. Anyway, yeah, no turbo. I like turbo. I probably never will use turbo. But yeah, my missile weaving has gotten a little. It's gotten okay. I mean, I still need work. Yeah, I definitely prefer combining missile weaving. It's hard, but it's something I'm willing to work on. I've definitely gotten better at it. But I'm willing to improve at it. It's not like that much effort. Just kind of awkward with like how I hold the controller and try to get the inputs in. Oh, I could have 128. No.
So you drain the ship of its energy.
Well, turbo would still save time for me because of like the bosses definitely go down a lot faster. But yeah, theoretically, a human could do it. But that's a good PB. That's a good PB. Too bad I couldn't get sub 129, but I'll tell you, this is much better. Thanks for the GGs, everyone. Oh, this is so much better. Like, I'm actually happy with this run. Yo, Bell, with the bits. Thank you for the 200 bits. Why is my... Oh, there it goes. Thank you, Bell. Appreciate it. That was a good run. Like, there were some mistakes, but, like... Pretty good. I guess I'll let the credits roll. I don't know. Everyone skips the credits. When I PB, I have to have the credits. Like any game I run. Like, if you can skip the credits, I have to listen to them during PB. Like, I can't not. Like, I almost had sub-hour gravity. Well, I met my goal. I did say I want to get sub 130, and then I'll learn 80%. We'll see if I stick with that, or if I want to push this further. Yeah, thank you, everybody. Yeah, like Duncan, I'll maybe I'll just DM you or something. There's also other things I'm not too aware of, which you are. Actually, I'm gonna DM you because you have things. And Dark Zero, you're here too. I'll talk to you too. There's things I want to do, and I don't know how to do it because I'm not knowledgeable enough. But I need to know. Like, I need to learn tests, like how to make one, or just know what tests really. And I know they're for. Because I want to work on corruption stuff, like the starting location, like the quick fill, and I read one of your like the issue with Prime 3, like that was created for that. And you commented to the person to say like refer to cave story, and I tried and I didn't understand it. So I don't know. I'm getting excited over this. I don't know. So I'll DM you or Dark Zero both, or just message in the dev chat. I'm gonna try to be more involved. I'm gonna push myself to learn stuff and actually be more than the database updater slash do some minor changes to Randomizer, but ask Dark Zero for everything help. That's what I do. Like, I change something that's not in the database, and I still ask like a million questions, like how to do it, and it's like, okay, you could have done it yourself at that point. But I mean, that's how you learn, I guess. Yeah, thanks for the GGs, everyone. This is pretty good though. I'm not really sure where I rank because again we have a lot of leaderboard to clear our queue to finish. How many runs are we up to now? 103. Hopefully next week that'll get cleared out because we got new people. I verify when I can, but I'm just so tired of verifying. I've done over 1,000 reviews apparently. I'm good. I've done my part. Jeez Louise. But yeah. Alright, so that's probably it for Dread for today. After I eat, I'll have something else or something. I'm not really sure what, but... I did meet my goal, I just want to keep going, because like I'm so close to the next like minute barrier. I've never hated it. It's triumphant. And I think that's what matters, really. I think a credit scene needs to be triumphant, or like, feel like, I did this. I mean, it's not the best credits theme of the Metroid games, no. Like, it's definitely not. Like, the Primes definitely have like, well, Prime 3... The Prime 1 or Prime 3 have like the best of the Primes. Metroid 2 is like a really good one. Nice. That's a big improvement. Let's go. Sick time.